call it outside and beyond, outside the hours of the classroom and beyond the period of time. And I know there's a lot of text in here, but I want to give you some context here. This is a part of a transcript of a chat that I held with my students on election night in 2004. Okay? The entire chat transcript takes about 64 pages, so you don't want to read that. But this was at almost 8 o'clock in the evening, so not all of the polls in the United States had closed at the time. And this is my comment in 2004. This is what I said to my students. This was when Barack Obama was elected senator from Illinois to Washington in 2004. And I said, the Democrat who won in Illinois is Barack Obama, who spoke at the Democratic Convention. Remember his name. They say he could run for president in a few years. He's an amazing speaker. His father's African, his mother's not. He was born in the USA. I think he grew up in Hawaii. And I'm certain that my students who participated in this chat in 2004 had a different view of the election in 2008 because they said, oh, wait a minute, I heard about this person. And then a student said, weren't there rumors of Hillary Clinton running in 2008 if Kerry lost this year? And I said, well, and somebody said it would be cool to have a woman to run. So this is 2004, not 2008. Okay. So the idea that we were chatting, I was in my home, my students were in their home, and we were reacting to events that we were watching on television as they happened. Now, if you think they were excited in 2004, I want to show you what happened in 2008. This is 11 p.m. The polls have just closed in California. Okay, the students' reaction. Look at this. Yeah, yes, wow, Obama won. Obama's elected. The crowd in Chicago is on fire. Wow. I mean, this is like immediate, exciting, transformational experience for the students. They will not forget that. It's like you're going to say, where was I when? They're going to say, I remember where I was. And this is just a part of it. I mean, they were just, the emotion that was coming out of their writing was really, really incredible. And I have a trace of them. I have like the fossilization of their, and one of the things that I did, I don't really have time to talk too much about this, is that I had invited students from 2004. I found them on Facebook, but they'd already graduated. And I said, do you want to participate in the 2008? And for 2012, I'm already thinking, well, maybe I'll use Twitter or something like that, because chat is kind of heavy. So I don't know yet. Something will come. I'm not sure what, but I'm definitely going to repeat this experiment. And these students know how to contact me, and I know how to contact them. I'm going to say, are you interested? You graduated 4 years ago, but you want to participate again and see what's going to be? However, the 2008 election is probably the election of the century, if not the decade, so I think that's pretty well it. I want to spend a moment or two talking about how I share with social bookmarking. This is what my delicious page looks like, and I'm going to give you the address so you can go and look at it as you wish. And these are all of the bookmarks that I saved in a, I made a tag, a name called Election 2008. And any time that I found something related to the election, I put it on this page. And my students who have graduated or left, or I don't know where they are, they can go to this page at any time. There's no password, nothing. Anybody on the planet can look at that. But what's interesting is if you look sort of on the right side, there's some numbers in blue, 28, 3506, etc. Those are the numbers of other people using this site who also have saved that bookmark. So if I click on that number, let's say number 28 on George Wallace, etc., I will see 28 other people and their pages and what they have saved. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting process. And my blog, helping me to reflect. So my blog is called The Silk Merchant. Why? I thought that was an interesting kind of name, and there's a whole story about that, but I won't go into that. And I call it Thoughts on Reading, Writing, Teaching, and Traveling because I love to read. I consider myself a writer who doesn't write. I don't know how to explain that. I would love to write, but I'm very scattered, and I would love to sit down one day and be the type of person who can just write and even maybe at some later point. Teaching I do, of course, and traveling I've now decided that it's time to do that and to think about that. So I have started to collect some ideas, and they're all random. They're just my random thoughts. And I think the only person who's really interested in these thoughts is me, and even I'm not so interested in them. This summer I read Nelson Mandela's autobiography, a big brick of a book. It's a great book. If we could, I don't know, if our students could read it, between the time you get to grade 7, is it still called grade 7?
Well, secondary one.
Secondary 1 until the end, you have to read this book. Like, this is 500 pages. It's a big fat book, but it's easy to read, and it's an amazing story. And the reason I read it is because there's more than a possibility. It's all the stars align, etc. I'm going to be going to South Africa in October, and I thought, well, I better read this book. And in it, there are many interesting things, and one is this lovely statement: education is the great engine of personal development. It is through education that the daughter of a peasant can become a doctor, that the son of a mine worker can become the head of a mine, that a child of farm workers can become the president of a great nation. It's what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. That last line is really nice. And I remember, marking that in the book and saying, I really like that comment, and I just want to keep that. Of all the many wonderful things in the book, that's one that I want to keep, so I put that on my blog. And so that's what I do. When I find things that are kind of interesting a little bit, I just save them there. And I've also found another tool that might be fun for some students